we think that we have to be buttoned up and polished to be open to receive something or to offer something to somebody else. Like, even when you're a Christian, because my pastor talks about this often, about you'll think, well, I can't lead a small group or whatever because I don't know the Bible well enough. And then you'll think, I'm not ready to start a business yet because I don't have these things, blah, blah. And the same thing with you guys, like, I can't accept this collaboration because then they'll see that we're not buttoned up and polished. But just like meet people where they are and see what good happens.
Welcome to Unseen Atlanta, an Atlanta Mission podcast. We believe storytelling has the power to shift perspectives and spark change. Each episode, we will bring you a powerful story from a member of the Atlanta Mission community. I'm your host, Rachel, and I'm joined by my co-host, Jonathan.
This season, we're focused on what it really means to invest in Atlanta. Our guest today is CEO and founder of EcoSlay, Adria Marshall. Rachel, I love Adria. I love EcoSlay. They partner with us.
Yeah, they're an employment partner of us.
That's right. Everything about what they do, who they are, how they engage the community, it's just grounded in with the goal of just making a difference in the world.
Yeah, she really believes in doing good in the world. And I hope you enjoy this conversation with Adria as much as we did. Hey, we are so happy to have Adria Marshall here with us. Mm-hmm. She is the founder and CEO of EcoSlay, and they are an employment partner with Atlanta Mission, and she's just a delight. So we're excited to have a conversation with her today.
Yeah,
thanks for being
excited.
Here.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited.
Yes.
Yeah. So Adria, could you just give us a little bit about who you are, where you're from, just a little bit of background?
Let's see. So I'm Adria Marshall, CEO and founder of EcoSlay. I'm a mom of 3 and a wife. I was born in New York, but didn't live there long. I grew up in Raleigh for about 12 years, and then the rest in Montgomery, Alabama. And I went to Alabama for college as well.
So how'd you end up here?
That was my first job. So I am an engineer by trade, a computer science major from Alabama. And my first software development job was here in Atlanta, and I just fell in love with it.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
What did you love about Atlanta?
Everything. And it's getting even more so. Like, I'm loving it more and more every day. So what's great about Atlanta is that you get the Southern hospitality, but you can also go to games and go to shows. But then we have trees too. It's like the best of both worlds. There's tons to do. I live in Decatur, really in Scottsdale, right outside of Decatur by the farmers market. And you would not know that I'm like 7 minutes from from the city because there's trees everywhere. It's just gorgeous. But then there you are. And then now with all the movies that we're doing, all the celebs that we have, but housing is still affordable. People are still down to earth. I sit on my porch, drink sweet tea and wine. The neighbors pass by.
So and full-fat Coke.
And full-fat Coke,
yes.
Sometimes cherry, if I'm feeling spicy. But yeah, it's like the best of both worlds.
Well, that's really interesting. So you're an engineer by trade, computer science. Tell me the story of EcoSlay. Like, how did EcoSlay come to be?
Yeah. A large part of it is because I am an engineer. Like, we love to solve problems. And I became an engineer in small part because my mom was an engineer also. Like, I kind of fought it, but ended up there. And me and my mom used to do puzzles all the time. So I kind of grew up solving problems, and that's what curly hair is. Like, you want to solve a problem. So when I went to college, I discovered that I had curly hair because up until then, Mom would just slap a relaxer in there, right?
Okay.
But I couldn't afford to keep it up because funds are super low when you're in college.
Of course.
So I discovered that
We had other priorities.
So anyhow, just trying to solve this puzzle that was my hair is where it started in college. And then a lot of trial and error, a lot of money wasted. And that's when I learned a few years into the journey that I could turn around the jar and see what was inside of the products.
Okay.
Kind of decipher what was going to work for me and what wasn't. And I was kind of appalled because I'm a gardener. My mom was a gardener. My grandfather was a gardener. So I was really appalled at the crap that was thrown inside of these products. So that's kind of how it went together. It was great because I was cheap. I was a single mom then at the time as well. So to find out that the products that had natural ingredients actually worked better for my hair than all the synthetic crap too. So it was like a bonus. that I could go to my farmer's market, pick up some flaxseed, aloe vera, horsetail, and slippery elm, mix it together, and try to come up with something that really worked. And so because I'm an engineer, I learned that, okay, so the ingredients are listed in order of volume. So like the higher up it is in the list, the more it is. And so then I learned to decipher, if it has more flaxseed in it, I'm going to get more hold. If it has more aloe vera, I'm going to get more moisture. So I can kind of come up with my formula and mix it. So that's kind of how it started.
So were you making your own stuff?
Yeah, I started making stuff in my own kitchen.
Like a mad scientist, like putting it all together.
After work, right?
Okay.
And just like with the goal of just finding something that's gonna work for my own hair. So not with the goal of selling it, because I'm a developer and I turned project manager and I wanted to keep my skills sharp.
Yeah.
I created a store and just put my products on there. Like nothing really thinking about is this going to turn into anything. More of because when you're a project manager working with these super sharp developers, they will snow you on how long something's going to take. They will tell you it's going to take 2 months, and it really only takes a couple of days. So I was able to do stuff on my own store, but I know it's not how long that's going to take, right? So that was kind of like why I had my store up. Of course, in the back of my head, it's like, what if this happens? But anyhow, so long story short, I created a product, mixing and matching. And at that time, there weren't influencers. There were just people on the internet trying to solve problems, right? Because this is like 2015 or so, 2014.
That was like the rise of, it was like pre-influencer. People were doing some people were blogging.
Blogging, like that's really what it was.
Yeah.
Like that's really what it was. And then I'm all in the comments talking with people who have hair like mine, just trying to figure it out. So when I made a product that I loved so much, like, oh my God, this really, really works.
Was it a shampoo? What was
it? It was a gel. It was Orange and Marm, still our top seller right now.
Was it, so it was just the gel, or was it also like, did you have shampoo and conditioner and stuff?
At that time, it was just the gel, I think.
Okay.
And well, that's the one that went viral.
Okay.
So what happened was I sent it to her just for her to try out, tell me what she thought. I didn't hear anything back from her until the orders just start flying in.
Really?
And that's what happened. So I was on break at work. I worked at MailChimp as a project manager.
Okay.
It was December 15th. I went from 0 orders to 1,000 orders in 15 days because it just blew up overnight.
And did she have a blog? Is that where she was putting
She did
it?
a YouTube video.
Oh.
She did a YouTube video talking about how much she loved it, and the orders just started flying in. So that was crazy. So then I had to make the decision to go back to work. All the decisions, right? How am I going to fill these orders?
Right,
I have a little bitty pot of flaxseed. You should have seen it. It was so sad.
And you were still just doing everything yourself?
Everything myself. So I'm getting like 50, 80, 100 orders a day,
Well, and MailChimp was probably demanding back then because it was kind of the boom of MailChimp.
But what was great about MailChimp, shout out to MailChimp, is that they support small businesses so much.
Yeah.
And so I didn't have the high that I had a business. So they were really supportive.
Okay.
So when I went back to work, and I reached out to a factory because I had to go back to work to see if they could help me fill all these. I had all these orders to fill. And the factories immediately wanted to change my formulas to what I want to avoid, all the crappy preservatives. I'm boiling my flaxseed by hand, my marshmallow root by hand. They said flat out, we're not doing that. So that's when I decided to make it myself, to keep making it myself. So when I went back to work, I'm a project manager. We live and die by graph. So I had graphed out the trajectory and like, if this continues to go like this, I'm going to have to quit in March. And sure enough, in March, I went part-time. And what was so great about MailChimp, they let me just step down my hours until my money equaled what I was making because I was the breadwinner of my family.
That's amazing.
So it was crazy that I was able to make enough money to where it made sense. And by August, I was able to quit.
Wow. So from December to August.
It happened that fast.
Wow.
It was a whirlwind. Every day, I knew the hours of every post office in my area because I would just be going, like, I would hit all 4 every day if I had to. I would hit the 24-hour post office for sure. It's not really 24 hours if you want your stuff to get out that day. It's 2 a.m. So 2 a.m. every day, me and my daughter were at the post office dropping stuff off. It was insane.
Well, and you probably had young kids.
Younger, for sure. So my oldest was just in college.
Okay.
because we went viral in 2000. This was 2019.
Okay.
So my oldest was in college. So she was unfortunately living in the basement. So I recruited her. So here she is. And it was so great. So she went to SCAD.
Okay.
After we finally, was able to catch up on these orders, and I was able to hire people for shipping and all the things over the years, she started doing my labeling, all the graphic design. And so when she graduated, she had a full portfolio.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
So now she has her own company. I'm one of her clients, which is
Very
really cool. Yeah.
So it was like a whole family
It's great.
business.
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, my middle daughter, she graduated from UNC in May. She does my customer service now. So yeah, it's good. My husband, he's not involved at all. He's happy about that. And I'm happy he's not. And I don't know what he does either for work. And so it's great because we just enjoy each other, Yeah,
Good.
So it's good. I hope I answered your question. That was a
No.
long way around it.
No, I love it. So EcoSlay sort of happens.
Yes.
And it takes off.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about where you're at now with EcoSlay and some of your products.
Yeah, what do you do? Yeah, what is EcoSlay?
It's so great. So EcoSlay, we are a hair care brand, a plant-based, homemade to order hair care brand. We are international now. I think we're in like 180 stores across the world, which is exciting.
That's amazing.
We made 3.6 million last year, which is crazy. We have about 17 employees now, which is amazing too.
That is.
What I loved about MailChimp, a lot of what I do is built on a lot of the things that MailChimp did because they were just such a great company. So like really taking care of your employees, like paying well, providing good health care, 401k, sick time, vacation time, remote time, volunteer time, like all the times. And just really operating with integrity. That really came a lot from them and really rewarding your people. Also, I was mentored by one of the founders at MailChimp for a minute too, which was really exciting. So yeah, now we have, maybe like 20 or so products now, which is exciting.
And are they all hair care products?
They are all hair care related products.
Okay.
So we have accessories like bonnets and scarves and things like this, but all hair care related products. What's so exciting too, we launched a program 2 years ago. So you guys remember me saying that we reached out to factories when we were trying to scale. They were awful. So now we have the EcoBeta program where we offer mentorship, formulation, manufacturing, packaging to other brands who are getting started, which is really exciting.
That is really exciting.
Breaking down all the barriers that those factories put up.
What you needed at the time.
Basically is what I crafted it to be because the factories wanted me to get 5,000 units at the beginning. You don't need that when you're starting. You need like 30 to give to your auntie and your uncle, your best friend, just to get some feedback. You don't need to order 5,000 or something. You don't have the money for that.
Well, and then you're holding all this inventory.
Right, like in your basement. Like none of this makes any sense.
Right.
So to create this program that's super affordable, like we meet with our clients every week. We give them honest feedback. They text me. I help them out with all sorts of things that just you to figure out things like taxes and inventory and like which app should I choose for this and things like that. So being able to help them out has been
So
awesome.
do you have your own factory? Like where do you produce the products?
We have a little
How does
shop.
that happen?
We have a little shop in Clarkston. We're out of my house now. So
Wow, that must feel good.
so good. We got out of the house late 2019, I believe it was. So we moved 3 times. We just put down an offer on a permanent place, which is because we were releasing, but we should be buying our first space by the end of this year, which is exciting too.
Very exciting.
It's good. And I don't know if you know this, Jonathan, because when we talk a lot, we partner with.
They're besties.
We are besties.
We got lunch a couple of months ago.
Yes. We partner with farms around the Atlanta area that grow the ingredients that we use in our products. And the place that we're purchasing has enough land in the backyard where we can have our own farm there. So we're really excited about that. Yeah.
So are you still are you still doing all the ingredients by hand?
Yes, everything's still by hand.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Of course we have bottle fillers and things like that. But yeah, we do all the mixing and all of that.
So you're really able to control what's
and that's
in
what's
the product.
So important. And I'm a big believer in in putting good energy into things.
Yeah.
And our customers will say this often, like they can feel like the love in our products, and it's true. Like
of course,
every
you can
product,
feel it.
You really can. I believe that.
Put that on the label.
It's so true. It is so true, and that's like why I do a lot of the extra stuff that we're going to talk about too, because of that intentionality.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's talk a little bit about that. So you partner with Atlanta Mission.
Yeah.
Could you just tell us the story of how you found Atlanta Mission
Yeah.
and paint us that picture.
It was such turmoil, man, finding you guys. It reminded me a lot of my journey trying to find a farm. Like, we were gonna pay the farm just allow us to grow ingredients there.
Yeah.
And it was just such a pain to get a farmer to call us back. And the same thing when we were trying to find you guys. Like, we reached out to so many nonprofits. So because we have been so blessed, like
Yeah.
so blessed, we decided to form a foundation a few years ago, and our mission is to help the homeless community. Because, fun fact, it's my first or second software development job. I was there for 12 years, making really great money. I was divorced, so a single mom, and I got laid off. And it was so easy for me to find a job before that I just thought it was going to be really easy for me to find a job again. And this was 2008. And
so a terrible time.
Terrible time. So they gave me a huge severance package. I'm in my 20s, and I paid off everything thinking, I have a job in a minute.
Right.
And it did not happen. And I found myself like a mortgage payment away from being like, what am I going to do? I'm going to have a weird conversation. So I'm thinking that if this was happening to me, it could happen to anybody. Because I grew up with a great family, went to a great college, lived in Decatur, like a software developer, like all the things. And if it can happen to me, it can happen to anybody.
Yeah, you had the resources.
I had the resources. And so it can literally, I believe that everybody does not realize that they are maybe a few situations from being in a similar situation. And we just often take that for granted. And then we look down on people.
Yeah.
And then we talk about them like, oh, why are they drinking? Like, if you were living on the streets,
you would too.
I mean, we just need to get off our high horses for a little bit. It really annoys me a lot. So all that energy went into the EcoSlay Foundation.
Good for you. Channel that.
Yes. So we were putting a lot of money, like giving a lot of money away. And my I had a mentor at the time was like, you should form a foundation and really be intentional about things. And so I wanted to find, and we needed to hire. We were growing like crazy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, so this was just when we were starting to do our mission of working with farms, and we're going to need to hire people on a farm. Like, this is a great opportunity to hire someone from the unhoused world because there's so much parity on a farm because we all stink, we all look awful.
Right.
Like, so there would be no judgment.
Yeah.
And that was my thought.
And there's lower barriers to entry for
Exactly.
employment.
Like, I can teach you and coach you on how to do these things, right? And then we can provide food for them from the farm. Like, I'm thinking all these great benefits. I could not find any organization to partner with me. Like, let me all I need for you to do, because I was so close to just walking down the street and just pulling a homeless person. But
right, you're like, I'll just take them all and bus them over.
Get in my car.
Yeah. Right. But my husband like, this is not safe.
I would
This
do
is not
something
safe.
like that for sure.
Yeah, I was almost there.
Yeah.
Like, I just want an organization to vet people or just like teach me on things to look for. And no one, like, I would call people and they'll be so excited and they would never call me back.
Right.
And so I met with someone who introduced me to Nancy, and it has been a match made in heaven. And now I'm just all in. Like, I should be on payroll for Atlanta Mission because I'm doing all the things
So Nancy called you back.
Nancy called me back like the same day, and we talked all the time back then. And yes, we made 2 hires from Atlanta Mission. We volunteer all the time. We're going to the gala. We love the gala. We got 12 tickets this year. We're so excited. So yeah, we love giving you guys money because you're so responsible with it and honest with where everything's going. And then we see all the good that you guys are doing with it. So it's a match made in heaven.
No, that's great.
Yeah.
I love that story because it just your tenacity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of trying to find someone.
Like, help me, help you. It was one of those moments.
Well, we were talking this morning to one of our other partners, Good Sam, and we were talking about collaboration. And nonprofits are a lot of times really good about, like, keeping things inside their doors and like kind of walling ourselves off. But we were talking about how we need to be more open-handed.
Be more open.
And because we don't always have the answers.
Right.
And with collaboration comes community and partnership. We can do so much exponentially more than we could do. And so it's really cool to hear you talk about that because I think it's something we're semi-good at here at the mission,
Yeah.
but we can
Mhm.
continue to be
We can be
better with it.
Yeah. And I think,
Because there's
that's
so many people like you that want to do this
Mhm.
and they want to help. So are we giving opportunities where you can easily plug in?
exactly. And I think it's a life lesson. I think it's a trick of the devil, to be honest. I think it's a trick of the devil. We can just go there. I think that we think that we have to be buttoned up and polished to be
Right.
open to receive something or to offer something to somebody else. Like, even when you're a Christian, because my pastor talks about this often about you'll think, well, I can't lead a small group or whatever
Right.
because I don't know the Bible well enough.
Right.
And then you'll think, I'm not ready to start a business yet because I don't have these things, blah, blah. And the same thing with you guys, like, I can't accept this collaboration because then they'll see that we're not buttoned up and
Right.
polished. But just like meet people where they are
Yeah.
and see what good happens.
Fear can keep us really
Fear
trapped.
is awful.
My mother-in-law and I were talking about this last week, and she said, she's like, I feel like I've let fear dictate so much of my life. And I feel like what you're saying here is that like you have not let fear dictate your life. And it's opened you up to a lot of possibilities.
A lot of things. But it will creep in. Like I feel my anxiety because now it was easier when I was just an employee of one, but now that I
Right,
have
you're responsible.
it's so scary about these business decisions that I have to make. And then
know.
often I'll get anxiety and I'll feel fear creeping up. But I will just pray often because, the verse in the Bible that God has not given us a spirit of
Yeah.
fear. I will just say that over and over again. I can almost feel the devil running away when just repeating that back and repeating to the point where my daughter, who's been diagnosed with anxiety, I've told her to say that, and she says it works as well. Just like chase it away. Because it's not a gift at all. I mean, it's terrible and nothing's going to change. It's just going to make things worse. Like, the situation is the situation. The only thing that happens when you give in to fear is that you don't think well, right? So you can't make logical decisions. And then you're just awful to be around, because you have a bad attitude and you affect people who you're working with. And as a business owner, you're not instilling confidence and all of those things. So, like, literally nothing good comes from being afraid. I am afraid often, but I have to constantly chase it away and then just move anyways.
That makes me feel so good that we're sending clients to you
Yes.
to work because I don't, as people can imagine, like having experienced homelessness and you're trying to get back on your feet and you're putting yourself out there and with applications, there's a lot of opportunity for fear
Yeah,
to
there
come
is.
in.
Yes.
And even once you land a job, you have the fear of, I need to keep this job, right?
Yeah.
It's so great that they have someone like you who can keep reminding them, hey, fear does not dictate your
It
life,
does
right?
not.
Yeah.
We love it. And so our first employee from you guys, Q, she's not with us anymore, but she was absolutely amazing. She's gone off to do even more amazing things. But we have Travis with us now. It is just great just to be able to just have him as part of our family.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And he doesn't feel any different from any other employee. If he does, I mean, all my employees are great, but Travis is amazing. Amazing. And so many things. Like, he taught me some chess moves. I've been playing chess for a while. He taught me some chess moves
Okay.
that I didn't know. I mean, he is just a wealth of knowledge and just an amazing person. So it's a gift for us to be able to work with you guys and the people that you send our way.
I love that because, our mission statement is we're a community united to end homelessness one person at a time.
Yeah.
And I feel like that vision is like most visible with our employment partners.
It
As
is,
you
yeah.
take one person
Yeah.
and
You
you
take
give
one
them a
person.
job, you give them an opportunity,
Yeah.
you pour into them, you become a community.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that when life happens, they don't end up back at Atlanta Mission.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
And that's what happens with our employment partners. I hear it over and over and over again.
EcoSlay, you have kind of built from the foundation of the company that doing good is just part of who you are. It sounds like you've taken a lot of your past experiences. But what would you say to other companies or businesses? Like, why is it important to be involved with nonprofits?
It's the best business decision you can ever make. And the reason has a lot to do with fear because there's so much in being a business owner that you cannot control. I cannot control how many people come to my social pages, likes, engagements, blah, blah, blah. I can influence these things.
Yeah.
But I can't control my sales. There's so many things you can't control, but you can control being kind to somebody. You can control where you hire somebody from. You can control how you treat your employees and all those things. That's why we became a B Corp. I think one of the only 30 or so B Corps in Georgia.
Oh, amazing.
Because you can, like when we do our monthly report, we track our ad ROAS and our social engagements and how we're doing across our channels and on Amazon, all that type of stuff. We also track who did we hire, where did we volunteer, how many pouches did we recycle, how many people volunteer. So we track
That's amazing.
those metrics too, and that way we don't get so wrapped around the axle just on finances. And it's just good for your mental health,
It is,
I think.
yeah.
And you can't control those things anyways. So I believe that it's just a sound business move to make your conversions not just be tied up in your finances, but be tied up in doing good too. That way, like I go to bed a winner. Like I have Travis on my team. I go to bed and I volunteer with you guys. I go to the farm. And so even if my sales sucked that day, like I have 3 other metrics that are kicking butt.
I love that.
Right? So I go to bed a winner every night, which means that I sleep good, which means that I'm good for my family. It means I'm waking up early. It means I'm full of gratitude, right? And so if you have all those things going for you, then your finances are going to, I mean, that's what it says in the Bible, and it's really, really true.
Yeah.
Like if you line those things up and you do things with good purpose and intention, like everything else will be added to you. And I really believe that, and it's been shown at the rate that our business is growing.
That's amazing. Well, I want our listeners to be able to find you, to find EcoSlay. Where can they find you?
Yep. So you can find us online at EcoSlay.com, on all our social channels. I think it's at EcoSlay everywhere on Instagram,
We'll
TikTok,
tag you guys as
and
well.
Facebook.
Yeah.
Yep.
Awesome. Thank you so much for being on the podcast.
Thank you guys for having me. It was a lot of
amazing.
fun.
It was a great conversation. I hope our listeners have enjoyed this conversation. Keep following for more great stories.
Yeah, and if you want to become an employment partner, we will put a link in our caption for you to do that.
Please become an employment partner.
Yes, we'd love to have you.
This Giving Tuesday, you have the chance to double your impact. Thanks to a generous $75,000 match, every dollar you give goes twice as far. So as we enter the holiday season, a time of gratitude and giving, your support helps bring hope and resources to those who need it the most. Please don't miss this opportunity for incredible generosity. Give today and help us reach our goal together. Unseen Atlanta is proud to be sponsored this season by the Scott Pryor Law Group. At Scott Pryor Law, they treat every client like family. If you've been injured, their mission is simple. You focus on healing, and they'll handle the rest. Scott Pryor, a U.S. Marine and trial attorney, and his team believe in compassion, justice, and serving their community. So if you or a loved one has been injured, reach out to the Scott Pryor Law Group today. They'll walk with you every step of the way. You can learn more at scottpryorlaw.com.
Thanks for listening to Unseen Atlanta. If today's story moved you, we invite you to take the next step. Whether that's volunteering your time, donating to Atlanta Mission, or simply continuing to listen and learn. Every step matters. Follow along, share this episode, and join us as we invest in Atlanta together.